J Scott Garibay. This is a response video to J Scott Garibay. Sorry everybody, it's been a long time. Welcome back, all 1.5 of you. J Scott Garibay, back on point. Dude drives around like a fucking maniac all over the place, lacking any kind of touch of reality. And I felt like, for once, I need to address the crazy in the room. And that crazy being J Scott Garibay treating Dungeons and Dragons like it's a goddamn religion. This rant brought to you by Foggy Geezer, the most shitty of overpriced beers. Okay. J Scott Garibay. Dungeon Masters aren't sentinels for the hobby. We call that gatekeeping. If you need to tear everyone down because your favorite toy isn't popular right now, then it's a problem. It is you not having touch with reality, not reading the room, so to speak. Dungeons and Dragons right now has a huge problem going on. If I talk about it, I'm going to be one of the million other voices talking about it. So I'm not going to talk about it right now. But the problem is that people don't like it. Congratulations. You like something that isn't entirely popular right now. But the thing is that the people upset about this are incredibly valid in why they're upset. They're incredibly valid in being upset. That's part of being a fan of something. You get a passion for these things, right? So your idea of going off on these popular YouTubers and going off telling everybody, well, that's not a real Dungeon Master and that's not a real game. That's gatekeeping as fuck, my man. It's incredibly disrespectful to anyone else who rolls dice. And shock of all shockers here, Dungeons and Dragons is not a giant spiritual awakening. It is an almost 50-year-old game. It's a good game. It's a fun game. It led to a whole new industry, a whole new style of game, really. It popularized something that was incredibly niche, the most niche of niche, and blew it up into what it is today. No discrediting that. D&D is not the next evolution of humankind. It is not the spiritual awakening of society. It is not the solution to global warming. It is not any of these things, my dude. It's a game. It's a fun game. It's a cool game. It has a lot of interesting aspects to it. But it's a game. Let me repeat that just in case. Dungeons and Dragons, is a game. Now, the last part of this that I wanted to talk about, that's something that you've kind of alluded to several times, is that other games and retro clones, other fantasy titles and OGL games and all that are lesser games because they're not Dungeons and Dragons. They are lesser in the sense that they don't have a giant fucking budget behind it and they don't have a soulless committee voting on it. You know, if you get OSC, that's the brainchild of one guy looking at rules and reinterpreting them. Goodman Games, DCC, MCC, just a few guys working on a thing, a few artists adding to it. Most RPGs, you could just say, are literary and aesthetic choices with different kinds of math in between. That's it. Even D&D is like that. So this whole idea of, oh, well, this stuff, and no, it's simply a choice. Okay? It's not a dick. Don't take it so hard. Like, it's simply a case of fans are not happy with a corporate choice now. People decided to unsubscribe and not worry about their digital stuff because this decision that Wizards and Hasbro have made is that unpopular. It's not burning stuff. It's not destroying things because, hate to say it, the stuff's still available for sale. Wizards of the Coast isn't suddenly saying, well, you can't buy this. Like, you can still get the books on D&D Beyond. And even the stuff that isn't there anymore, like, I think, Vecna maybe? It's out there. It's not hard to find. Come on. Let's be honest with ourselves. So last but not least to this whole thing, J Scott Garibay. Dude, friend, whatever, compadre, whatever derogatory term you want to use, you need to get out of that car, touch some grass, make some new friends, and stop worrying about what goes on with a corporate machine, okay? Like, have some fun, listen to some new music, grab a beer with the boys, whatever. Like, chill. Like, you don't need to be making 20 videos a day telling people how to have fun and how this is some big thing. And if you're having mental health issues with it, maybe that's a sign that you need to get away from it. Look, even I can be a little bit loving. Anyway, I guess thanks Scott for getting me to come out and talk for a minute. And I'll probably post some videos later. I think I want to talk about some new shit that's happened since the pandemic. Bye-bye.